Hello, YouTube. How y'all doing today on this beautiful Friday? I hope everything is going well for you guys. Well, we got a lot to cover. There's more that has come out on the Trump and Epstein situation. Yes, more has come out. More has been revealed. And Donald Trump is still trying to windmill himself out of the situation through Blanche, Bundy, Cash Patel, and many more. Hello, Queen Sheila Davis. How you doing? As you guys come in, please hit that like button. It is imperative that you hit the like button because it helps me stay in the algorithm, and it also helps me grow as a content creator. I can't do this without you, so please support me. Just simply hit the like button as you come in, and also if you like to donate to my channel, you can send super chats and super stickers. And the ones on replay, you can send thank yous. You click on the thank you and you can send me something as well. In my description, there's my Venmo and my PayPal link. So if you want to support me in that way, you can. Yes, I have a PayPal link in my description and my Venmo is in my description. So if you want to support me in that way, you can, and it is appreciated. Again, there's more we got to cover on Donald Trump and the Epstein files. We're going to start with that first, and then we're going to talk about other things that's going on in this country because there's so much going on that affects us, the American people, that we need to talk about because Donald Trump is trying his best to stop us from talking about what him and his Republican MAGA party are doing to the American people. So we will discuss those matters as well. And we're going to definitely, the main topic is the Epstein files. What is the main topic? The Epstein files. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're going to cover first because that's the big ticket right now because Donald Trump is trying to wiggle his big old self. Even though he may have that girdle on or may have his diaper on, he's trying to wiggle himself out of the Epstein situation. But the American people said, no, Donnie, we're not letting you get away with this. We're not allowing you to get away with this, Donald Trump. No, the American people are not stupid. Although some of MAGA haven't woken up, they say woke is not good. No, woke mean you're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. That's what woke mean. That's what it mean, MAGA. But Donald Trump has convinced his followers and his children, MAGA, that woke is the demon. No, Donald Trump is the demon, MAGA. That's who the demon is. Woke is you got common, D-A-M-N, sense. That's what woke is. One moment, please. I'm going to take a sip of water. Hit that like button, please. I'm going to tell you that's something that happens a lot during my lives. MAGA will report my live. So if they report my live, it causes my live to mess up. I go out and come back in. It's all over. So stay with me because I got the goods for you. I got what you want. I got what you need. Again, I am Queen Lillie. Welcome to my live. I'm going to go ahead and get started here. It's a little warm here in Georgia. I've been out walking today. I'm hot and flustered. But I got the goods for you. Hit that like button, please. So what are we being told by the administration, the MAGA Republican administration? They're pretty much saying to the families and the parents of the victims, F the victims. That's what they're saying. The MAGA Republican administration and Donald Trump are saying to the families, the parents of the victims, F your kids. That's what they're saying. Because if you go out and you talk to the trafficker, the ex-trafficker, and you do not go and speak with the victims, you are telling those parents of those victims and the victims and their family, F them kids. That's what the MAGA Republican Party are doing. They have not gone to speak with the victims nor the family. But what has Trump done? He sent Blanche, his attorney, to speak with Ghislaine 2 days in a row. He has had her moved from a high security prison in Florida, to a low security prison. It's like a college dorm in Texas, which is also located near college campuses where young girls attend. That's a no-no. She doesn't supposed to be around them nor dogs. Trump, you don't give a DAMN without saying, this is Trump. Trump, say you don't give a DAMN without saying you don't give a DAMN about anyone but your fat orange self. Donald Trump does not care about those victims, because if he did, he would be concerned about, well, what do we need to do for the victims? This is what we need to do for the victims. That's not who Donald Trump is. Donald Trump is about self. He is about self, enriching himself in his horrible vampire-looking family and the billionaires that he has added to his cabinet. That's who Donald Trump cares about. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about me. So we got to join each other and fight for our country. So another thing, why no one is discussing Trump claims he broke off his bromance with Epstein. If that is true, then how Trump was able to use Epstein's plane that he used during his rallies to run for the Oval Office. Yes, Donald Trump used Epstein's plane to run for the Oval Office. Trump had Epstein's plane wrapped with Trump on it. Can someone explain that to me? MAGA, explain that to me. Why did Donald Trump, during his rallies, use Epstein's plane? He had it wrapped with Trump around it. Can someone please explain that to me? Also, Trump was wiring money to Epstein as well. Again, Trump was wiring money to Epstein. But he said they broke off the romance. They was only friends for 10 years. That's a lie. They was friends longer than 10 years, y'all. Donald Trump continues to lie because he's a compulsive liar. Trump, America want and need answers. But we know you will lie. So your name is Lie Trump. What is Donald Trump's name? Lie Trump. I told you all, it ain't nothing but a gangster party in the MAGA Republican Party. The MAGA Republicans, the thugs in Trump's administration. Trump protects the abusers, the ex-traffickers. What did I expect? He's an actual assault abuser. So I'm going to show you something. Ghislaine Maxwell can't be trusted with puppies, but they put Ghislaine Maxwell close to college girls.
Ghislaine Maxwell can't be trusted around puppies, but she can be trusted as Trump's star character witness. It's officially been 1 month since Trump's DOJ closed the Jeffrey Epstein investigation, said that there's no client list, said that he killed himself, and said that they would not be releasing any more files. And in that time, Trump has done everything in his power to shut down the Epstein scandal altogether, using whatever deflections or distractions he can to shut up his MAGA base from talking about Jeffrey Epstein. But in that time, we've also gotten a series of bombshell stories that only make us want to dig even deeper, including the fact that he was named in the Epstein files and was told so by his own DOJ. But his latest attempt to bury this story involves a new scapegoat, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Trump sent his deputy attorney general down to Tallahassee to meet with her, including spending more than 9 hours over 2 days talking with her about the case, trying to find something that he can give to his MAGA base to shut them up about Epstein. And less than a week after Trump's DOJ met with Maxwell, she was transferred out of her prison in Tallahassee and moved to a lower security facility in Texas known as Club Fed. And it's called that because of its amenities. It's got a gym, it's got yoga, it's got social clubs, y'all, and it literally has no walls. A few years ago,
at a college campus pretty much
and escaped. But one of the amenities that Maxwell will not be participating in is training service dog puppies. According to the chief executive at Canine Companions, she said, quote, "We do not allow anyone whose crime involved abuse towards minors or animals, including any crime of the sexual nature." She went on to say, quote, "Those are crimes against the vulnerable, and you're putting them with a puppy who is vulnerable." So what did the Trump administration get in exchange for transferring Maxwell out of her high security prison into Club Fed? Well, we just got a little bit of clarity on that too. It turns out that during her interview with the DOJ, she told them that, quote, "She never saw Trump do anything that would cause concern. Nothing to see here, case closed." So Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's #1 accomplice, a convicted sex trafficker, is too much of a risk to be near puppies at her country club prison, but she's not much of a risk to be Donald Trump's star character witness in his effort to get rid of the Epstein story, and apparently maybe even get a pardon from him. Apparently Ghislaine Maxwell can't be trusted around puppies, but she can be trusted as Trump's star character witness.
Trump has known this lady, Ghislaine Maxwell, for many years. They were friends. And he said he wished her well. He wished her well so much, he turned his back on the victims that she trafficked. But he is helping her. He moved her from a high security prison that was not the best prison where she needed to be, because she's a danger to the American people. She is a danger to children and puppies. But Donald Trump had her. He said he knew nothing about it. That could not have been done without him. So he's lying to you, MAGA. He knew, because he had it to happen. In exchange for her to say, Donald Trump hasn't done anything wrong that's of concern. But to somebody that ex-traffickers people, how would we know she know what to concern is? Because her mind is sick. A sick mind. A sick mind doesn't children's. And from what that prison says, she can't even be around puppies. But they have her near college campuses. One moment, please. We're going to move along. Jasleen is a danger, a huge danger. Just a moment, please. I'm going to show you something else. She should not be at that prison doing yoga. Really. Really.
Ladies, mix pink.
Wait a minute, let this commercial go off, then I'm going to show y'all, okay? It's a commercial.
Today I'm here to show you how to make this.
One thing we're not going to do on this channel is stop talking about Donald Trump and Epstein. Because why?
I will
Because
not
Donald
stop
Trump
talking
wants
about
us
it.
to talk about anything and everything else. And I know this is still a problem for them, because CNN reported that jdvance was holding a dinner at his residence with Kash Patel and the Attorney General of the United States, who's supposed to be independent, Pam Bondi, about
She's supposed to work for
how
us,
to
the
deal with
American
the
people,
Epstein
but she
problem.
doesn't.
Now,
She
after
works
that
for
got
Donald
reported,
Trump.
It's now coming out that that planned dinner was canceled, which is good. But we still need to talk about this, because clearly they are
Subscribe to
trying to
Keith
shenanigans. So
Edwards
that's
on
why
YouTube. Subscribe
I'm
to
bringing on for you
Keith
today
Edwards. Fair
one of
use,
the most
educational purpose,
knowledgeable experts
great for
on
research, and
Epstein
great
and
entertainment.
Maxwell, Tara Palmieri, to talk about some new reporting and to shed some light on what's really happening.
So I had a new story called What MAGA Doesn't Know About Ghislaine Maxwell. And there are just so many things that MAGA doesn't understand about her. For example, like her upbringing, how she had this father who was like, he really dehumanized people. He was a media baron.
He even
300
dehumanized his
pounds,
daughter.
owned huge organizations like the New York Daily News, the Daily Mirror in the UK, MTV Europe, Macmillan Press. She flew around on helicopters and private jets. They had a yacht called the Lady Ghislaine that was named after her. But he was also a very cruel and evil man that would, that would really humiliate her, who would lock her out of the kitchen when she was starving during an eating disorder she was dealing with. But at the same time, he praised her and used her as sort of like a wife and accessory when she was young and beautiful, sort of like how Trump treats Ivanka. And actually, her origin story with Trump goes all the way back to her father, Robert, and Robert and Trump used to spend time together. In fact, after Robert died, and it's believed that he was killed by Mossad, that he was an agent for Mossad that became compromised after he stole the pensions. Yeah, he stole from the pensioners of his newspaper that he would need to die. And so he died off the side of the boat, Lady Ghislaine, mysteriously. It was thought that he killed himself because the jig is up, but actually Ghislaine told the Hello magazine that she believed he was murdered. It sounds very familiar, right?
Yeah, what is with everyone dying mysteriously?
And Trump was friends with her father.
Right. Well, they know a lot of these people, and
But
they.
is there some sort of conspiracy around this? Like, I mean, you're closer to than most, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But following this, and I've only been paying attention to it for as long as it's kind of been in the more mainstream news. But it feels like there's a lot of there with some sort of power behind these mysterious deaths.
Subscribe
Here's
to
what
Keith
I think when you
Edwards.
play in a game where you're trading intelligence, you're working in blackmail, you play in a high-flying world where you know a lot of secrets about some of the most powerful people in the world, you probably have a target on your back, right? You speaking, you being in a compromised position puts a lot of other people in a compromised position. So the easiest thing to do is to get rid of you. And I believe that applies to both Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. That's what I was
Maxwell.
thinking.
We're both international con men.
Jeffrey
That's a polite
Epstein
way
knew
of saying
too
it.
much about the
And
Orange Man, in
these
my
were the men
opinion.
that Ghislaine Maxwell settled for breadcrumbs from. Because Jeffrey Epstein was abusive to her too. He would belittle her. He would call her stupid. She loved him. She wanted to be his girlfriend. And in exchange for his love, I mean, he didn't find her to be attractive because she was an adult. She would have to bring him 3 children per day, and she would cry about it to her friends. And I interviewed her friends about this, and you can read about that in the Substack as well, what they would say about Ghislaine and how she would often cry while she even was chauffeured around looking for girls. I mean, I spoke to the man who chauffeured her around. That's in my podcasts, and you can listen to the conversations on my channel, the Tara Palmieri Show, and on YouTube, and also on my Substack. I really go into a lot of depth in terms of the many hundreds and hundreds of people I've spoken to in their world about what happened and who these people were. But they were dark and depraved people. And I think to have a psychological understanding of what a criminal like Ghislaine Maxwell is, who she is, a sex offender.
Yeah, let's just say this bluntly, because though she obviously had a difficult life in some respects, a life that many people can't even imagine in terms of access to just anything she wanted, she's not a victim in this situation. And I know MAGA is trying to start a rehabilitation narrative around her, but she's not a victim.
She's not a
No,
victim.
and that's why I wrote this story.
She's an abuser.
What Maggie doesn't know about Ghislaine Maxwell.
She S.A. young
Read it.
girls.
If you read this story and you
With
share it with your friends
Epstein.
who are maybe MAGA or MAGA curious, or maybe think she's a scapegoat, like the media is saying, like Newsmax is.
Hit the like button, please. Thank you.